Bonjour à tous et bienvenue à un autre video tutorial by Madame Schmidt. Today we are going to learn how to answer questions in the affirmative. That would be with we, yes. And for this tutorial, there are no guided notes to go along with it, so you'll want to copy down the table and at least the French examples as much as they help you, and the English if need be. So to compare answering questions to the English, it is extremely similar, except once again, they have more subject pronouns than we do, so we will have to make sure that we use the correct one in our answer. We definitely want to use pronouns in our answers because that will keep us from being repetitive. If you ever get stuck when you're trying to decide how to answer and what pronoun to use, just think it through in English, and that should be able to help you. Finally, don't forget that it can be both masculine or feminine, so you'll need to decide accordingly with il or elle. And then there are 3 usages of you, singular informal tu, singular formal vous, and of course the plural, which is vous. So here's how they work. If I'm asking a question or making a statement with je, then tu will be in my reply. So for example, we have je parle trop fort. Am I talking too loudly? Oui, tu parles trop fort. Yes, you're talking too loudly. So just like in English, if I ask with I, we would answer with you. On the other side of that, if you have tu in the question or original statement, then je will be in your answer. An example of this would be tu aimes jouer au foot? Do you like to play soccer? Oui, j'aime jouer au foot. Yes, I like to play soccer. This is probably the most common exchange that we have in English and French both, and it should make quite a bit of sense. If you have people's names or names of nouns in your question, like Luc or le texte, etc., then you will use il in your answer. So here we have Jean joue au basket, a name. Does Jean play basketball? Oui, il joue au basket. Yes, he plays basketball, which should make sense also in English because we don't like to be repetitive and use pronouns just the same way. The same thing works with girls or feminine objects like Eve and Laporte and Irene. However, here we'll use the feminine, which is elle. So Annie nage bien. Does Annie swim well? Oui, elle nage bien, because we want she swims well in English. And finally, on will always respond to on, so there shouldn't be much confusion with it. On danse en classe de chorale. Does one dance in choir class? Oui, on danse en classe de chorale. Yes, one dances or we dance in choir class. Because remember, on can often be the collective we for everyone present. So now on the plural side of our chart, I'm just going to add one more person, but everything works pretty much the same. So if nous is in our original question, which is the equivalent of someone and moi or je, then vous, the plural of someone a toi, tu, would be in my reply. So nous avons un contrôle demain. Do we have a test tomorrow? Oui, vous avez un contrôle demain. Yes, you all have a test tomorrow. If vous is in your original question or statement as a plural you all, then you will answer with nous in your response. So, vous plongez à la piscine. Do you, as in you all, dive in the pool? Oui, nous plongeons dans la piscine. Yes, we dive in the pool. And you can see there that we know that the vous was plural, already established, and then answering with nous just kind of drives that in further. However, vous doesn't have to be plural. It can be singular and formal. And in that case, we will answer with je, that one person will answer with I, not we. So an example of this would be, Monsieur, vous travaillez chez McDo? Sir, do you work at McDonald's? Oui, je travaille chez McDo. Yes, I work at McDonald's, because it is one person that is formal, not multiple. Now for the third person plural, Luc et Marc, now together, or le pupitre et le texte, would be replaced by il, they. For example, Luc et Marc mangent des pâtes. Are Luc and Marc eating pasta? Oui, ils mangent des pâtes. Yes, they're eating pasta. So we just use the masculine plural for two boys or two masculine things, or a mixed group. And finally, if we put Eve et Irène together, two girls, or two feminine things like la porte et la page, we will answer with elle pluriel, the feminine they. Eve et Irène aident le professeur. Are Eve and Irène helping the teacher? Oui, elles aident le prof. Yes, they are helping the teacher. Hopefully this helps you to see that question answering in French is very similar to English, that we must establish who we're talking about in our question or statement before we can replace them with a pronoun in the answer, and that the pronouns, as long as you know what they mean in English, you can definitely rely on English to help you through this. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. See you soon.